mentioned my start and kind of how it's had a mental impact on like making you feel like you're not going to win. You guys both ended up getting a top 8 at the regionals. Was there one moment that almost ruined your entire run? Alright, YouTube, here we are. I guess this will be episode 1 of Pressure Points.
Yeah.
I guess that's what we're going to call this.
Okay.
Sounds alright.
The
Pressure YouTube
podcast,
channel.
yeah.
So we're here on Pressure Points, and this episode we got Kolton and we've got Keegan here. The 2 Red Deer players that got top 8 at the regionals a couple weeks ago. So really excited to kind of interview them, get into their heads, see their thoughts and things like that. So first, I'm just going to go into straight to an introduction. So I'm going to get you to start, Kolton.
Okay.
Who are you? What deck did you play?
I'm Kolton. I'm from Red Deer, but we went to Calgary Regional, and I played the really busted deck, RB. It did fantastic. In fact, I only actually lost one game, and I missed something happened during one of the games where I just auto-lost, and it is what it is. But I could have gotten a little better, but I will take a top 8 any day of the week.
How long have you been playing that deck?
RB?
Yeah.
It's now a year, exactly.
Been a year? Okay. Why did you choose RB? Like, is that the only deck you play? Like, what
I chose it because no one else wanted to play it. I chose it because nobody else wanted to play it. It was dirt cheap, and it had potential. And it had potential before even the second wave. It wasn't great. Didn't win anything when I had first wave, but
Because it was really bad.
it was really bad in the first wave. That's why everyone didn't want it. Again, I got given the deck for free, basically.
Yeah.
And then as I realized I really enjoyed this deck, I already bumped it. But I just played it because there's no other deck that is mandatory to have monsters pointing at something to activate its effect. So that was unique on its own. It had to destroy itself, or sometimes not. Some RB cards don't. And that there was stage lining. I saw stage lining, I was like, this isn't once per turn.
Yeah.
And the protection's not once per turn. Oh, and the protection's not activated. Like, there's just, like, stage lining is definitely, like, your win con for RB. There's no way around it. Without stage lining, the deck's useless. So if you get the new card, Accusation, you're not looking so good, but that's just the life of Yu-Gi-Oh!
One thing I did want to ask you specifically, and I was thinking about this. We actually, so for the people that don't know, I played in this event too. Me and Kolton actually drove to the event together. And for the entire way there, he didn't even know like what engine he was going to play in his deck. Like literally, he's like, do I play this package or this one?
I had 2 deck lists, and one was Speedroid and one was Gear Suit, and I couldn't decide, so I grabbed one sheet.
He literally decided when we parked the car and we're walking into the venues when he made his decision. Yeah. So like, I have to ask this question, like, what made you pick that package? Was it a flip?
It was all just
to random?
Because because Gear Suit's a normal and Speedroid's not.
Okay.
And you can still normal Speedroid and get the ad. And in my side deck is Wicked Avatar. So with as many ways as possible to not normal guarantees me Wicked Avatar, which is basically just a win card. You win the game.
And like walking into this, what were you, like realistically, what were you expecting before the first round?
Lose first 3 games and then quit.
Well, that happened at like every other regionals we went to.
Yeah, so
it's kind of how my event started.
Yeah.
So that's good though. You walk in without the expectation.
I did not. I was like, with a chance, there's like this level of chance, but if the RB's good enough. But
it worked out. And
it definitely worked out.
If people don't respect it and they don't plan for it,
or if they don't go against the deck,
they're not ready for
it does.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is what most people. There was 3 people there that had the deck, knew the deck, but still played wrong around the deck. So unless you play the deck and understand it thoroughly, you're never going to be able to perfectly counter RB unless you get rolled.
Yeah. So now, Keegan, I guess I'll ask you the same thing. Like, introduce yourself. Who are you? I am going to link to his channel so you guys know he does
West
have a YouTube
Empire,
channel.
baby.
So yeah, who are you? And what deck did you play?
My name is Keegan West, and I am like Red Deer's top player.
You are Red Deer's top player.
Sometimes. I've played Clown Crew for like a month.
Yeah, a month.
the deck literally just came out.
Yeah, it came out. I got the whole deck at like a pre-release. I paired it with Mitsurugi as soon as I got the cards in my hand, and the deck did fine every time I went to locals. I'd go 4-0, and I take it to regionals. just to find I go X1, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? The cheapest deck is
Literally
one of the best.
Like, what made you choose clowns? Like, you play a lot of different decks.
Yeah.
Why did you decide, like, oh, I'm going to go into this with the clowns? Was it because you wanted the clown mat, or...
You wanted to clown around.
Yeah, yeah, right?
Just wanted the clown people?
Well, like, I played Yummy before, and that was fun. They kind of cheat out synchro monsters in a way, but I like how Clown just kind of summons without any restrictions, basically, and then the Mitsu engine just kind of filters into Clown.
Complements it really well.
And then you can draw like 7 cards during your turn, so seeing like non-engine is really easy.
Literally watch this guy with 6 cards in his main monster zone and 5 cards in his spell trap
exactly,
zone.
yeah. Like,
And then still 8 cards in hand.
Yeah.
Like, what are you supposed to do?
I like that it's a unique mechanic that relies on tribute summoning.
Exactly.
It takes back to the roots of the game. That is also why I really like an aircraft.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't like that deck, but that deck
But flip summoning
it uses
like,
flip summoning.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's unique. It's different.
Man Eater Bug was one of the first like destruction
was
effects, and Braiho too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So no, I like that. And then I'm sure your answer is going to be different than the way Kolton answered this question. But what were your expectations before round 1? I assume you came into this event planning to top it.
actually, the week before I was still in high school, so I was studying my diplomas, and I kind of went to the tournament just exactly what Kolton said, clown around.
Yeah.
I hoped that I got the mat at the end of the day, and I just went in with 0 expectations.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that. I thought that I didn't talk to you that entire day.
Yeah.
I thought that you were going in there like planning to top this event. So something else that's important to know: Keegan actually won a regional. I think that was last year. So he came first place.
September, yeah.
And you were the youngest player to top a regional
In Red Deer.
In Red Deer. So how old? You 16 when you topped?
16 when I topped.
Yeah, that's
And I
crazy.
came first place.
Yeah. So okay, no, that's pretty cool.
With my first love, Yummy Mitsu.
And now Yummy's dead. So
Yeah. So now it's Cloud Mitsu.
yeah.
We went first full circle.
They just gotta hit Mitsu and then all that.
And then I lose. Yeah. And then I'm never topping a regional again.
Yeah. So okay, that's good. So we know who you guys are now. I do want to talk about something. Like I just want to kind of mention. So like I played in this event as well. I think this gives me a little bit of like a unique perspective because like as another player who's playing in that regional, who's just a guy who's there who didn't top, like I could kind of relate to some of the things that you guys went through when you were playing. So my start to this event was horrible.
Yeah.
I lost my first 2 rounds. So I went 0-2. At that point, I'm just going to bomb this event. Like, I'm going to suck the whole day. I considered dropping it and just going into the side events, like going into Master Duel or whatever else. So there's really like a mental side to like losing your first 2 games and just kind of wanting to quit right there. Like, literally, Kolton said he thought he was going to go 0-3 and drop.
Yeah.
So like that actually happened to me, and I'm like thinking about this. I'm like, you know what? We got out of bed at like 6 a.m. Drove all the way here. I'm like, I'm playing heroes. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep playing.
And not to interrupt, but the only reason I won is because pretty much all of my opponents didn't drop the regional. Because they kept playing and winning and increasing my odds to win. Because there was I think there was like 9 people with the same amount of points. But everybody that I went against did good after losing to me and didn't drop. So without that, there could have been a world where I didn't top this regional.
They gave you those tiebreakers to move up. Yeah,
And
that's
I think
great.
even like I lost my second round. I thought I was completely done for. I bricked my first game. I got drilled the second game. I didn't even see game 3, and I was like, "Oh, I'm done. It's over. I'm gonna brick the next 20 matches. It's gone." I think playing through a regional, I was considering dropping as well, actually, in round 3, because I heard that, like, maybe 1 X2 can top.
It was 2 X2s the top.
Yeah, exactly.
So you went 6-1.
Yeah.
And then Kolton went 5-2.
5-2.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I knew for sure I wasn't going to top because even
if
if
still
like,
play all the way through because of the experience.
so like kind of what happened. So I lose the first 2 games. Game 3, I know I'm playing against somebody else that's 0-2. Mopped the floor with him. Really nice guy though, but absolutely crushed him. And then like I didn't look back the rest of the event. I didn't lose another game. I won that game. I won game 4. I won game 5.
Yeah.
I won game 6. So here I am sitting with a 4-2 record.
Yeah.
Again, I know I'm not going to top because I had those lower matchups in round 3 and 4 who were, you know, in the lower tables. I'm like, cool, let's just try to go 5-2. So I'm playing this guy, and in the middle of my game, I'm not going to say what deck he was playing or call anybody out, but I'm playing this opponent, and he literally starts asking me if I'll just give him the win. He's like, can I have the win? Like, can you just give it to me? I'm like, no. He's like, can we go next game? I'm in a winning position. I didn't do anything. Like, I'm not going to let him do that. So he started stalling. He won one game. I won the other. We go to game 3. I have a unbreakable board. I don't know if you guys seen the Hero N board, but I had Plasma.
Give the description to the comment tutorial.
Like, I had Destiny Hero Plasma. I had Dark Claw. Double Omni Negate on the field. And a Dread Decimator. There's no way you're breaking that board. He ashed me. He had 4 cards in hand. One of them was a Droplet. You cannot use Droplet when Dark Claw's on the field because you can't send to grave. So let's say he had 3 cards. 2 of them I'm stopping with the Omni Negates. Now you got 1 card. Is that 1 card? You better hope that 1 card is enough to stop all that. Obviously it's not. I still had Favorite Contact set for Shining Neo Swingman. And
even if they search, Darklaw can rip a card out of the hand.
Yeah, so they'll just lose it. So, needless to say, I beat that guy, but because he was being petty about it, you know, we still had 2 minutes. He's like, well, I guess we're just going to time and get a double loss.
Yeah.
So, like, I was pretty upset about that when it happened. But it is what it is. Like, it happened, and I still had fun. I had a good event. But it kind of transitions me, like, into the next question that I'm going to ask you guys. So, like, I mentioned my start and kind of how it had a mental impact on, like, making you feel like you're not going to win. You guys both ended up getting a top 8 at the regionals. Was there one moment that almost ruined your entire run? And I'll start with Keegan.
So, I mean, again, round two was like...
Could have been a match, could have been a pairing, a misplay, could be anything.
I mean, like, the round 2 as a general.
Yeah,
like,
it's just bad.
I bricked game 1, and I bricked the match previously, but I was able to pull through it. And then game 2, yeah, he drolled, and I just couldn't do anything. Which was like, in my head, I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna get drolled. I'm done. I'm bricking, and I'm gonna get drolled the rest of the night, and I'm not gonna be able to do anything about it.
So just kind of after being 1-1, you kind of thought like, oh, my run's probably done.
It's done.
Yeah. What about you, Kolton? Like you went, you lost 2 games, so you like.
Yeah. My at the point where I was like, fuck, I'm probably not going to win this is when I accidentally had the card under my extra deck, which again, it sucks. I insta lost the duel, and I saw the guy's hand. He showed me I would have won that match hands down without a fact. Like it didn't matter. I was going to win that game. And so to insta lose, I was like, well, now my chances are done. Like I needed to go X1 to top this regional.
Yeah.
And then I had a couple times where I would get FUA'd. I didn't get drolled, and if I did get drolled, I was able to stop it, thankfully.
Yeah.
But there was times where I got FUA'd, and I know that if I made a full board, I wasn't going to win that game. So I got lucky enough in those games where I did get FUA'd and wasn't able to ash it to have Regulus plus stage landing, 2 stage landings or something in my hand to make enough of a board. Or I'm hoping their hands aren't good, and it turns out that's exactly what happened. So there was times where I was like, oh, I probably just lose. And then I don't.
I'm kind of laughing, but it's not because of that. Like, at least you didn't Nibiru yourself like I did.
Yeah.
So I don't think I told you guys this, but when I was playing around, I'd never use Nib. I've never played a deck that uses Nibiru. Yeah. The only reason I play 1 copy in my deck is for Crossout Designator, because that card just, like, ruins heroes. And I had it in my hand, actually. So I'm like, oh, cool, I could Nib him. I didn't realize that Nibiru tributes all monsters. I thought it was just your opponent, so I blew up my own board.
Yeah.
I still won the route, but I lost that game. I felt like the biggest idiot ever. But like, I guess that's like a thing. Like, that's a misplay. Yeah. Like, people do that, right? The next thing I guess I'm going to ask is just to, like, probably walk us through your event. So, like, Keegan, tell us about your day. How were the early rounds? Like, just, this is your time to tell your story about this regional.
Well, round 1, was against Fire King. He was a fairly new player. I met him at the pre-release you and I went to. He was nice. He was pretty good. he obviously didn't know some of the rulings, so it was like round 1 was pretty easy, and then game 2, just it wasn't. Nice guy. I've talked to him before. He's one of I think he's one of Anakin's friends, but I just could not do it. And then from there, it was kind of like trial and error almost. It really just depended on my hand in those games. And then I beat RDA and Exo Sister with Alice and Daniel.
No, so you got a lot of Red Deer pairings that you played against.
I only played 2 people.
Okay.
But
yeah, but I mean a 90-person event or whatever it was. Like,
exactly, right? I thought it was kind of funny. Against Daniel, he had 2 evenly matches in game 3 in his hand. And I'm sitting there looking at the Wicked Avatar in my hand. And, I have the Synchro on the field, and I go, activate Whiteface to summon Wicked Avatar. Because I have the Synchro out, he can't respond, so he can't like imperm or anything. So I just Wicked Avatared him, and he was like, huh.
Cool, I lose.
Yeah, I lost, yeah. So that was kind of fun. There was one guy, Zane, shout out Zane. He was a branded player. I did misplay against him. I had Mitsu only, and if he had any better of a branded hand, I would have lost.
What would you say, like, what was your toughest matchup of the whole day?
The whole day, I think the match that was, like, really turning gears for me was second round when I lost. It was Archmage, Medius, and something. I've never played against that deck.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of them do. I think in like the whole thing that was weird about it was even though I bricked, I had like Super Poly, Nibiru, and like Fool Loss. So it's like I had a bunch of things that I could have done. Maybe now that I know and understand the deck more, then maybe in that situation, if I could go back, then I would have done something different, like Super Poly make the Archmage fusion that I'm playing in my extra deck. So,
what would you say your closest matchup was?
Last round.
Last round?
Last round.
What were you playing?
It was another branded player, but game 2, I bricked on double thrust, and I still almost won, actually. I threatened evenly, and he made the branded fusion that would have stopped evenly in the main phase, so I thrusted, and I played him around with Mitsu. Eventually, it got to a unwinnable game state for me, so I couldn't do any of that. We just went to game 3, and as I was sitting there, as I was shuffling, I was like kind of praying almost. Like I was just I need this win. I really want the clown mat. I really want to talk with clowns. That would be so funny. Just don't brick me is all I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
And then the first 2 cards off the top deck is Habakiri Crossout, and I'm like, yeah, this is my game. I win. Right here.
What was like at what point did you start actually like looking at the stand-ins? Like there obviously had to be a point where top 8 became realistic. What was that like? Could you tell us about that moment if you remember it?
Well, actually, at the last game, still.
You didn't think you could at the last game?
Not really. But I look over, and the Archmage player is sitting right beside me, and he's my only loss. So I'm like, oh, I think either way, if he gets first, I definitely top.
Yeah.
If he comes second, there's less of a chance that I top.
It probably would have been you getting top 7 and me not getting.
So you're cheering for
Right,
him.
exactly. Well, yeah, almost. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. Was there a match that you stole? Like a match that you just felt like you shouldn't have won, and you kind of stole the match.
Against Daniel.
Really?
He had double evenly, and
Wicked Avatar.
I drew into the Wicked Avatar. It is what it is.
Drawing into it's insane.
If not, I still had Great Purification and I think Solemn Judgment set. So like, I think it would have been harder.
Yeah.
But I would have been able to still like play into it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think I definitely stole that from him. I definitely feel bad a lot
Yeah, it is what it
because
is.
of it.
Yeah.
Because he read the Wicked Avatar, read the Synchro, and he was like, huh, yeah, I can't play. He's sitting there with 1 Martha in hand, and I can negate it.
So like, and this might seem like kind of a weird question because obviously you topped the event, so obviously you played really well. But like, was there a match that you felt that you played like exceptionally well in that match? Like, was there one match where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna cook this guy, like everything went perfect?
Well, the last round, really. As soon as I saw the outs to droll and pre-prep, or
you knew your counters were checked.
I said it with my chest. Even the guy beside me, I slapped down pre-prep and I was like, I'm activating pre-prep of rights, and I just said it with my whole chest, and it felt amazing to do.
Sometimes you just get those cards in your hand and you just know, like, there is no way I'm losing this game. Like,
well, even the Clown Clan Mitsu board is so hard to break. I have full back row 6 monsters, and I have more interaction than you do have cards in your hand and extra deck.
Yeah.
So, there's no chance I'm losing. There's no chance.
Yeah. So, like, I guess probably I'll ask, I'm going to obviously ask Kolton the same things. Walk us through your tournament. How did your early rounds go?
Early round, first guy was first time ever at a regional, and he brought Doom Z. I'll be honest, I didn't really know a whole bunch about Doom Z, but the first two Doom Z players I went against, I kind of just had, both those games I had droll in hand. And so when you droll somebody, it really slows down a deck. So obviously running droll in the main was absolutely the play in the regional, and I'm glad I did. But I went in not thinking I was really going to win much, and then I won my first game. I lost the dice roll, still won. Got in my second game, lost my dice roll, still won. Went into my third game, lost my dice roll, still won. Went into my fourth game, finally won my dice roll, but then I went against Aneacraft.
Okay, so you did play an Aneacraft.
And it was a close match. Holy moly, that was a close match. But I pulled through. And then I'd say the easiest match was like Winged Dragon or Raw. My deck is a blowout deck. If you can't make a full board for me to have to play through, I'm probably just going to win.
Yeah. So you'd say easiest match, Winged Dragon or Raw?
Oh yeah, hands down.
What would you say toughest match?
The Aneacraft player.
I
would say my last player. I would say my last player was definitely the hardest, but it wasn't like hard. I just lost.
Yeah.
There was no way the cards he put on the field. Even if he put one of the cards on the field, I still lost that game. Doomsy has built-in droll. Nothing I can do about it. I can't win unless I got all 3 stage landings, an operation test, and an eclipse in hand. And even then, he had a solemn accusation, but he didn't use it on a stage landing, so I got lucky there. But I still lost the game. So I would say that's not my hardest match, but it was the one match where I was like, I'm just cooked. There's no way to win this. Yeah. He had everything.
Well, the Aneacraft player was also like really chill.
Yeah.
Against me, I saw him the round previously. He's one of the guys. Shout out Aneacraft player ref. Last 2 games I watched. He had shifter game 1, shifter game 2. I sit down across from him, shifter game 1, and he didn't shifter game 2, but he die-fied, but he kept the shifter because I was on Mitsurugi, so he was like, oh, you just don't care about shifter, right? So he's like, super chill guy though, I really liked him.
Yeah, my hardest matchup was definitely Aneacraft, and it's just for the whole win condition of RB is to blow up your entire opponent's board.
Yeah. And they're a control deck. It's hard to play against a control deck.
And their one card literally says, you can't shore these cards. So then I have to play other ways, and I was still able to play through the board. My win con against that deck was Vulcan Rocket, actually. That's the only reason I won the Aneacraft lineup, is because I was able to pop the Dimension Fissure or pop their guy, or attempt to pop the guy that makes it so I can't target and he can't target. But yeah, that game, I was stressing. I was full on sweat mode. I was like, if I don't win this, there's absolutely zero chance I win this regional.
Well, I guess like that's the thing too. Like there must have been a point where top 8 started to become realistic.
Well,
like at one point you were winning a lot.
I won 4 games. I won 4 games in a row. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm topping this shit.
Yeah.
And then I made my mistake on the 5th game and then got an insta loss. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll just lose this regional now.
Yeah.
I'll just play it out, but like, there's no way I top. But I did good.
So after the first 4 rounds, kind of when you started to think you had hope, and then you
Instantly
lost.
killed it.
Yeah.
Instantly killed all hope, and I was stressed for the rest of the day. And yeah, I mean, what can you do? If you make mistakes in the game, and I didn't see the extra card under my extra deck, and you just lose. And I'm the one who called the judge on myself.
Yeah, so sometimes you call the judge and it doesn't work, but I mean, that's why they're there, you gotta ask.
Yeah,
right?
you gotta ask, yeah.
Was there a match that you stole, or you think you stole like you just felt like you did, maybe?
The Minecraft game.
Yeah.
It came down to both of us top decking cards for 3 turns, and then me winning. I stole it because... Actually, I stole it because I drew a brick. I stole it because I drew a brick. I drew into Cannon, which is an absolute brick for RB, but I had Funk Dock on the field that he never got rid of, so it summoned a monster on the end of my turn, and it was an RB monster, and I top decked Cannon, tributed my 1 monster, added an RB card, full combo, won the game. So I shouldn't have won that game. Absolutely not. You should never win if you top deck any of your bricks. But I top decked the perfect
brick you needed,
and I stole the game because of that.
Was there like one particular round that you just played like perfect? Like obviously, like I said to Keegan, you played really well. You topped the event. Was there one game that just like one round that you just smoked them?
Well, I wouldn't say I necessarily smoked anybody at the regional. All the games were really good.
Tough,
Nothing went to time, but I don't think any of the games were easy. Actually, I hate to say it, but I think the Wing Dragon Raw deck was pretty easy. I had no idea how this deck worked. He summoned some monster that wants to get attacked.
What round was it? The last round?
It was round 5.
Oh, right.
It was right after insta losing the other round.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what was going on. He was able to stop my board, but I won because of Rocket, because I burned him for 500. He wasted everything, and I had 2 stage landings in hand, and I just went root. Pile bunker, blow up your board. By the way, I burned you for 500, swing twice, swing once, game. I was scared because I didn't know what the deck does, but then he passed turn 1 with a face-up raw card, and I was like, pretty sure I just win this. And I'm sure he's thinking in his head, because obviously his whole thing was going into the battle phase and doing things.
Pile bunker.
My whole deck is about going into the battle phase and blowing up everything on your board.
Yeah.
So it was an easy duel, and I won both those games as well.
Okay, so that's I would say that's probably would count as probably the easiest.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like I guess a group, a little bit of a group discussion. I'll ask you guys both. Keegan, what deck were you the happiest to see?
Branded. Everybody complains about Branded. Daniel complains about Branded. And I look at them and laugh.
It's a good matchup for you.
100% is. I just summon the Clown Clan Fusion and then tribute it before they go end phase and shuffle every fusion back. Oh, now you don't get your end phase effects. Yep. Oh, Mirror Jade doesn't get its effect because it's an extra deck. And even the last player I played against, he was he had everything engraved. He would have gotten all of his triggers. He said end of main, and he had Albaz on field, I think, and that was it. And in that match, he was at the end, he was would it have been better if I just went end phase and did all my triggers? I'm it would have been, maybe.
Yeah,
but I tributed 3 monsters during your turn: Ritual, Xyz, and I think Ritual, Xyz, Synchro. So you would have just given me 3 free draws, and I would have killed you on the clapback. So it wouldn't have mattered. And I think as long as I don't brick or they droll, I'm winning that game.
Kolton, what deck were you happiest to see?
Oh God, I really wasn't happy to see any of the decks, to be honest with you.
But I mean,
an aircraft because you used to.
I was terrified of the name.
I wouldn't want to see that deck either.
I was so disappointed when I saw that. I just thought I immediately lost. But I think that I was probably most happy with the Automat player. I knew they were going to make Ryzeal, and that deck does nothing against RB. Yeah. I don't care if you're going to resummon it, protect the destruction. I have 3 ways to pop your monsters. If they're leaving the field, they're leaving for good.
Which deck, Kolton, did you want to see the least? If you had to
Branded.
think, walking in.
Branded.
Yeah.
I didn't see a single Branded, but Branded absolutely annihilates, destroys, and completely shuts down RB.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. Unless I draw a Gravekeeper's Inscription for going first, which is a sided card. There's just no realistic way to beat a Branded player in RB. Unless they brick, you're just not winning the Branded matchup. So that's why I didn't think I was going to win that day, because I was like, if I see Branded, I'm just...
Well, it's Edmonton, right? Every Edmonton player is
playing whatever's the best deck. So I
they're
thought,
just playing Brandon.
I was like also worried about going against Kolton. I wasn't as worried going into Kolton because I don't care if they look at my hand. I have multiple ways to play my deck and can extend off one card in different ways. And I've beaten Kolton players, and also one draw
Shout out Daniel.
kills them. So, yeah, I would
Definitely Brandon.
definitely, man. If I saw Brandon, I was not winning that regional.
What about you, Keegan? What deck did you least want to see?
Kolton. I think
Bad matchup.
against not even. It's just annoying.
Nobody likes it.
I think my only experience is against Daniel Kim, and even then, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I played against it like 6 times.
See, that's actually the deck I wanted to see the most.
Really?
And I know it sounds weird because it is the best deck in the game.
Yeah, but
I built my entire side deck to hard counter Cool Tunes.
And
I had triple soundproof. Yeah, I had all the anti
Cool Tune
and I didn't see them once.
Yeah.
So like I kind of wanted to see that matchup, but I didn't. You're saying you didn't want to see it. I bet you most people
Well,
probably
I
didn't want to
was
see
fully
it.
expecting
Everyone to have it.
7 rounds of Cool Tune.
I thought 7 rounds of
That's-
Brandon.
That's what I was
But
expecting.
then I saw 3 Doom Z, and I'm like, what is
Yeah.
going on?
I
here?
saw
Yeah.
Brandon twice, so
I wish
they were there.
I
Yeah.
wish I played against more Brandon. I think it would have been more free than any of my other rounds. I still enjoyed my other rounds, but
Yeah.
it would have just
A
been
bit easier wins. I had some tough games against Brandon, but and I went second both. I won both my Brandon matchups. At the one point, he wasted, he used all his interruptions. He didn't have any left. And I made a DP, and then I fusion summoned into Vision Hero Trinity. His monsters were all at 500 attack, and I swing for 5k game. So I had some pretty good matchups against Brandon. Keegan, what deck surprised you the most at this regional? Anything stood out? Maybe there wasn't, but
I think an aircraft player.
Takeover.
Same.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
I didn't think there was going to be a single NA craft player at
Well,
top
nobody
tables.
an aircraft has Yu-Gi-Oh players' biggest weakness. You have to read.
Yeah.
And nobody's
And it's
reading
been
those. Nobody's
it's
reading
a
those
paragraph.
cards. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a novel.
And every single
this
card-
isn't an aircraft card deck.
Every
Yeah.
single card in
Exactly.
an aircraft, the effect is not once per turn.
Yeah, that's right,
exactly.
too.
Yeah.
So
Especially because I was main decking Super Poly.
it's
They
useless
don't-
against an
They don't
aircraft.
give a shit. Yeah. So it was just the shock factor. Still 2-0'd him, but I mean,
Is there a matchup that you had, Kolton, that was harder than you thought it would be? Which deck did you play that was tougher than you thought it would be? Maybe it's a deck that you do good against.
It was just the last Doom Z player.
Yeah.
Yeah, he absolutely decimated me. There was no way I was winning that. Every other Doom Z player, nothing against them. They couldn't make the boards that this guy was doing. He knew exactly what he needed to go into and how to stop my deck, and he went that route. Both games that he beat me, he did not differ from that combo. He did the exact same thing. I lost the exact same end board. Plain and simple.
yeah.
One thing I really want to mention, and this is one of probably the most unique parts of this whole regional. So we have, first of all, 2 Red Deer players that get top 8. But the second thing, you guys topped with the cheapest decks in the room.
By a large margin.
Which is absolutely crazy. Everybody right now in the Yu-Gi-Oh community, I think they showed the top 8s of YCS, whatever the last one was, I can't remember. And all the decks were expensive, and everybody on Twitter, or I guess it's called X now, they're all oh, this game's so pay to win. People were hating on it big time.
Yeah.
You guys topped an event, your decks were by far the cheapest. I really want to talk about that. How satisfying is it knowing that you kind of beat out all these expensive decks? With,
Oh God,
budget
it's the
decks?
best feeling in the whole world. What's better than going? Oh, your deck was $900. Oh yeah, mine at lowest rarity is $20.
Well, and Kolton's actually got the list right here. And
Yeah,
if you don't
so
mind, I'm just gonna...
I'll actually say it out
yeah.
if you want. So Keegan's deck, again, they go based off of lowest rarity.
Sure, yeah.
Keegan's deck was $86.
Yep.
His core was probably $10.
I even think 86 is too high.
It is 100%.
I think there's maybe some market things going on. This is probably Canadian. So if you're watching this in the US, Keegan's deck was $68.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
my deck
obviously, yeah.
in US would have been $105.
Yeah.
And so the way it went is, so I got 7th. My deck was $132. 132. Keegan's was 86. The next deck, going in extending order of deck price, was $314. And after that, it was $610.
Oh, man.
After that, $700. Top place got $830 deck. And you're talking a $100 deck and an $80 deck going against the most expensive staples in the game.
Yeah.
Accusation, Harmonia,
Yeah.
Crown.
And you still top.
And
we didn't need it.
Yeah, well, but it's like, so like, especially with Keegan, like your deck is, like, you basically got your deck for free.
Every single part of my deck in the deck list, I got either via trade or for free.
The people giving to you at the pre-release, except for Fua. I think that's the only card you have to pay
I paid
for.
$5 for Fua, the rest I traded.
Even that's cheap. Like, Fua's pretty expensive.
I think Fua is the only card I legitimately paid for with cash.
So that's crazy, man. Like, that just blows me away that, like, a free deck, or like a deck that cost almost nothing, all the commons could top the regional. Like, it just goes to show it's not all about who has the biggest wallet.
When I first got RB, I got given all the cards. Not a single card I paid for. Any of the cards that I did put in there that I may have paid for were at minimum cost 20 cents to maybe $1.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I already either had them or just someone said, I don't need $1 from you, here's a card.
So I think that the fact that people are ignoring when they go around and say, oh, Yu-Gi-Oh's just pay to win, it actually requires skill.
Well, yeah.
I practiced RB for literally almost a whole year, and I would not have been able to top that regional had I not played that deck religiously every Sunday, and on Omega, and on Master Duel. If I had not just played to play the game, I would not have known about how to play against Doom Z, and I just wouldn't have known how to play my deck better. There was things each month throughout the year that I was like, oh, I never saw that in RB before.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do that.
If Yu-Gi-Oh was pay to win, I'd be world champion.
Exactly.
Huh.
Yeah. You'd be better than Jesse Cotton. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, like, even my deck, just my previous knowledge of, like, Yummy and meta-relevant decks like that, I mean, just, I've played it for a month. I think it was, like, 5 weeks that I went to locals, and I only went 2-2 once. The rest of the time I went 4-0, and, like, the deck is fine as long as you understand how basic game mechanic works. You will do fine at any event you do.
Also, just add on to it, having the knowledge and understanding of how your deck interacts with other cards is like the biggest thing. Because you might miss something, and so might your opponent, not necessarily on purpose.
Yeah.
But if you haven't played these on the simulators or ran into the specific thing, you may not know that, oh, I can actually do this under this situation.
Yeah.
Which came up a lot at the regional. I was like, oh, I played this near exact game on Master Duel.
Yeah, and
so now I know exactly how to do it.
And that's why, like, you can net deck. You 100% can net deck. Is it better to net deck than build your own deck from scratch? No. I think even my list, my past 2 regional lists, me and my buddy Anakin, shout out, we sat there at his kitchen table for like 3 months straight, just going over the deck, learning again and again and again. Like you just have to sit there and cram the knowledge into your brain almost.
And it's kind of funny too, because again, I had 2 deck lists, and they were both running a new card that I literally hadn't even ran at a Sunday.
Exactly.
I knew the combo. It wasn't a complicated one, but I saw a new card. I was like, if I activate this card first, people might think I'm playing trains.
Yeah.
And they might act differently in their mind, and maybe they'll hit this with Ash. Don't care, go ahead, type of thing.
Anyway, Stage
Stage
Landing.
Landing, yeah, exactly. So there was a bit of randomness because I didn't know how good that card was going to do. And I had games where I saw 2 exceptionals, and I was like, wow, if this was Girsu, this would be way better.
Yeah.
So I learned, and but I still, the deck stayed the same. Regardless of what I swapped out, like
the combo line is still the same. It just added more to my deck to win.
What's probably, like, if you had to pick one thing about your deck, I'll start with Keegan. What's the biggest strength of your deck that people don't understand?
The clown cards. Every list I've seen with Clown Mitsurugi either has been Mitsurugi Clowns, which is a bigger Mitsurugi package than like 5 clown cards, right? They just use clown as a draw engine. They don't care about the extra deck lock. I chose to play Clown Mitsurugi, where I'm just using Mitsurugi as an engine to get to clowns if worst case scenario. It's also just a really good engine to have in both my regional tops. It was just, it was the cards that won me the game, I want to say. And like, just the clowns alone win games. 100% win. I think I'll shuffle back all your features.
Well, I was just going to say,
I'll shuffle back all your ACs. I'll shuffle back all your synchros. And then with the new link, we're going to shuffle back your hand and draw you.
It's like Ultimate Slayer times 10.
Exactly,
Yeah.
And like, again, it brings back the core mechanic of you have to use
Tribute
your normal summon to tribute. And I think that was my favorite part. Like my past experience, I played Flu Onderese. I think that was my favorite part with Flu and now Clown Clan, right?
And then Kolton, biggest strength of RB.
Stage line. There's nothing more to it, man. The deck is nothing without the card. And if you see a cannon is also very good. Stage lining and cannon. I mean,
Again, RB is nothing without every card in the deck. And realistically, without Pile Bunker, wouldn't have won any of the games. Without Stage Timing, wouldn't have won any of the games. Without Cannon, I wouldn't have had hand knowledge and set up my board in a way that completely wins the game. Looking at the hand and being able to get rid of a normal summon
and play around it
is absolutely, it's vile, honestly. People hate that I not only get to look at their hand, but if I see Nib in hand, I'm like, no Nib, not today. Not today. So, but in the end of the day, Sage Hunting was the biggest one, and this card won me probably half my games. Camellia. Skyscraper Camellia, being able to take any 2 monsters, draw Take Tom board, Ash Brute, any 2 effect cards is full RB combo.
How much preparation did you put into this regional?
The only preparation I did was just already enjoying playing the game.
Yeah.
I didn't play more, I didn't play less. In fact, I didn't play it at all coming up to the regional because I didn't want to...
Well, you didn't even know what you were playing until you walked in the door.
Yeah, until the day before I had 2 deck lists. But it was one of those things where like I didn't practice before because I already felt like I knew the deck so well that I would not make mistakes. And I never did. Never made a misplay. Never made a
Except
mistake.
For putting a card into your extra.
That was a mistake. That was something that you just don't have to think
you learn
about.
from that.
Yeah, I've done.
Definitely. When you start siding, you count every card.
Yeah, so that was my mistake, but yeah, I mean, that's the way it
Honestly, I didn't prepare for this either. Yeah. I chose my deck the day before. I walked in with a 48 card deck
that
I had never.
Me if you play Exodio.
I didn't know what I was going to play, so I just took. I'll take heroes. Why not pop off with heroes? And then
exactly.
I didn't have Masked Hero Fountain. I just went in and I didn't prepare. How about you? How much preparation did you do?
I mean, this? I said it at the start of the video. I was studying like day and night for my diploma, so I had like zero time for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Just prior
especially
knowledge.
With the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right. I have like nothing. It's just all I know. Clown and Mitsu at like from the back of my hand. Like I know it in and out, everything. So it's just go in and hope you do well.
Did you guys know that the other guy was doing as well as they were? Like, did you know Kolton was doing as good as he did? And Kolton, did you know Keegan was doing as good?
I knew Keegan was going to do good because Keegan always tops.
Like, throughout the event, did you guys know how you guys were doing?
Oh, we'd always come up to each other and be like,
yeah. Usually,
gang signs.
Yeah, gang signs. Yeah,
that's how.
I mean, usually, but Kolton and I have this ongoing thing. We went to Sask. We've gone to like almost every regional since, like, for a year now, almost, and. I think like every time I see him up on like table 9, and I'm like, yeah, he's doing good.
Oh, you could tell, yeah.
And then he'll come back to me and go, yeah, I just lost 3 games in a row. I'm not doing this anymore. Like I think it's just like we got a good connection going on. I think we can feel it in the room, definitely when we're playing, because I always see him top tables midway through, and then I know he's doing good. and then I'll see him at like table 900 the next.
I had no idea how anybody from Red Deer was doing. I did not look at standings. My mindset in this was one round at a time. Focus on my game, go to the next one. I didn't look at the records. I didn't know how you were doing. I was so focused on what I was doing. I had no idea that Red Deer was doing this good.
I mean,
So
I
that's
also,
pretty crazy.
Again, we also like meet up every after round and throw up gang signs.
Well, that's why I asked. Like, see, you guys did that. I didn't do any of that. So
Yeah.
it's valid. Just kind of wondering, how the other guys did. And then the other thing, how cool was it seeing another Red Deer player get into the top 8? I guess I'll ask this to both of you guys. I know this was probably the craziest moment of the whole day.
I think it's nice that
Up on the stage.
I think it's very unlikely that a group of 10 people out of 100 or 98 total players
Yeah, we were
that 2 of them would talk.
Yeah.
And not only that, I think there was multiple people from Red Deer that
were
positive record.
Yeah.
Well, Daniel bubbled.
Yeah,
he
was the next best.
He was probably 9th or whatever.
No, he was 10th.
Oh, yeah,
But still.
Well, still.
Yeah.
If we had I think it was 15 more players, then he would have topped, and it would have been top 16. I feel like it's more freeing for Kolton because
I was also so hell bent way back in the day when I first started going to regionals to win a regional with Burn, and then I never won a regional with Burn, and I kept losing, and I was like, so I picked up RB just to play a real deck because everybody was getting tired of. Well, I was getting tired of having Royal Decree put up against me.
Well, I mean, also with your personal life, the 2 weeks before, you were having such personal struggles. And
I was really going in just to be with the boys, really, just to hang out with the Red Deer boys, and then
they say "co" and your face lighted up.
Oh man, Daniel dropped to his knees.
Yeah, we were all yelling.
Right, you got first place, woo! Second place, woo! Third place, woo! Keegan went up. It was a little more loud of a woo. And then 6th place, and then after about 6th place, I was like, I didn't top. Like, it's over.
Yeah.
And then they said 7th place, and then they said co.
They knew, yeah.
Everyone
went crazy.
I've never been to. I've been to 6 regionals, and not a single regional did I ever hear anyone that went up where it was so loud you couldn't hear anybody else because everyone was so excited.
Yeah.
And then I got the top with the really bad deck. And everybody just.
I mean, they were even trying to say the 8th place, and they got interrupted 2 times while they were trying to.
Yeah, it was so loud that my name went off, and then they were like, "And 8th place," and everybody was still going.
Yeah.
No one cared about who got 8th. They were caring about me topping.
Yeah, getting top. That's crazy.
One of the best feelings I've had in a long time, honestly. Like, genuinely, I've done some crazy things in my life, and I've had great times. There's nothing better than everyone from where you're from just being more amped about you winning the game than them winning the game.
It feels good.
Yeah,
especially because 2 of us were there, and we got fucking amazing photos out of it.
And then we all went to Hot Pot.
Yeah. we all went to Hot Pot, had a good time.
Yeah. Some just general, I think this is like some quick meta questions that like people watching this might want to know. Most represented deck that you like, what do you say at this event?
It's Doomsy and Branded.
Branded Doomsy, I think Cool Tune, there was 12.
I would say for sure Branded was the most represented deck at this event.
I definitely think 98% was Branded.
Yeah.
The rest was
I don't think it was quite that. I think it was
everybody in the venue was
67% was Branded. No, but I seriously think that it was about 60-ish Branded. Some Cool Tune, some Doomsy, because again, I went against 3 Doomsies, so it's not like there wasn't Doomsy.
Yeah, well, they were there for sure. I see.
There was a handful, and there was definitely a good handful of Cool Tune.
But it was definitely Branded top.
Yeah.
Branded was the most,
most
which is mind-blowing.
Out of nowhere.
Considering I didn't go against a single Branded or a single Cool Tune.
And I faced it twice. Yeah, there was quite a few. So most represented, we'd say Branded. What deck, and I'll start with Kolton, what deck, just let's say one deck. What's one deck that players should be preparing for the most?
I wish that was the case. I think that people should be preparing for Clown Crew more than any other deck because it's getting crazy support. It's already not a bad deck. It pairs well with a engine that already has topped literally YCS.
Yeah, you're going to start seeing it more, so you should start thinking about how am I going to side against
Yeah.
that deck?
I don't know,
Everybody.
3 people wanting to play Matt. Like, if you're going to want the
Yeah.
clown Matt, you're wanting to play the deck.
You have to play.
So
the
you
deck.
guys heard Kolton say it. You guys go ahead and buy a playset of Master Restrict.
I think that's yeah. If you do, I hate you.
That's hilarious.
Um,
Because I think that Brandon's going to get hit. I think that
Well,
Cool
it's-
2's going to get hit.
I don't think
Oh,
Brandon
for
will
sure.
get hit. Brandon is like Konami's poster child. I think only one card has been hit rotationally, and that's Branded Fusion.
Yeah.
And that's because it can go into every other deck, but it's never been banned. Even the flood.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're going to ban anything for Brandon, but I think they're going to. I think it has too much. I think it's overrepresented, and I think that they're going to make it so that it's not quite as explosive. I don't think they're going to ban any cards. I think they're just going to semi-limit or limit. Maybe unlimit something because those limits or semi-limits hits the deck hard. But I think that, for me, it's Brandon.
People should be preparing for clowns.
Clowns.
And,
Yeah.
And you probably think the same. I would say, right?
I would agree with clowns. I would also like to note Fairy Tale. I saw
built-in droll just like Doomsday.
and Shifter.
Mhm.
They search Shifter and have a way to get rid of cards in graveyard with Fairy Tale Snow. I definitely saw less than Exo Sister, but definitely still a handful of Fairy Tale. And I think that deck is gonna be very scary with the upcoming
I forgot about Fairy Tale.
spellcaster support, because it's just a generic deck, right? It's just spellcaster slot, right? Because they're playing like Magistus, Invoked, Fairy Tale, and just a whole bunch of stuff like that. So I think that deck is definitely something you need to keep in mind when going into a high level event.
Yeah. Don't overlook it. This one here, I'm gonna do kind of like a rapid fire round. So I'm gonna ask you guys questions. I would prefer like 1-word answers, like just a quick put you on the spot, give me an answer type of thing, and I'll start with you, and then I'll go to Kolton. Same question. So for Keegan, best player you faced.
Zane.
Okay. What was he playing?
Brandon.
Okay. Kolton, best player you faced.
The Doomsday player, his name is...
Oh, you actually placed one.
Ahmed?
Yeah.
Yeah, not Ahmed, Charles.
Okay.
Charles Lee. What was it? Yeah, best player. He was by far the best player I went against. He played it perfectly. There was no... He couldn't have played it better.
And then Kolton, MVP card.
Of my deck?
Yep.
Camellia.
What about you? MVP card.
Habakiri definitely just wins games by itself, but I think Whiteface.
Whiteface?
Alone, because it's a permanent negate and a draw, or a draw 2.
So Keegan, most annoying card.
Draw.
Droll.
Draw. Both of them are.
Everybody agrees?
Yeah. Draw.
Not Shifter?
No, don't
No.
care about Shifter.
I like
Clowns
Shifter.
can play around Shifter.
So can I.
RB used to play it. I'm playing 3 outs to Droll, and one of them is unusable once I get to the Clan engine, but once I get to the Clan engine, whatever you do is just, it's not going to stop the inevitable.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Droll is like, well, I'm a
It wins
hero
games
player.
by
It
itself.
shuts me down too.
Yeah.
So like,
It hits every deck. Does it impact every deck the same way? No. But does it hit
Still hurts them.
every single deck in the game? Yes, it does. It stops them from adding cards, and adding cards is literally the main way you're preparing for your opponent.
I think that's why people play Branded, because they can, under Fool Loss, they give you 1 draw and they draw themselves.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all they need. They only need, I think they don't even need to search. All their shit is in the graveyard, and that's all they need.
Mhm.
So now Kolton, most underrated card.
Mm.
Think about it.
That's a really good. Yeah, I already have mine. Yeah.
Underrated, hey?
Yeah, something that's just good that nobody like.
Amatsu. It's funny because the Sky Striker that actually helped me a lot, but the Amatsu card, which was only in there to ever really make 2 machines, but when I had such a good hand, I was able to go into Camellia and then just put Amatsu on board. And Amatsu, for some reason, was enough threat for people to waste away their battle phase multiple times in that day. It's not a good card. It's really not a good card.
It's decent.
It's good enough that if they've
People
got...
need to waste their battle.
Yeah, that they need to waste their battle phase just so they don't have their effect to be changed. But the card does nothing besides that. It has no actual use in winning me the game. It's just like extra.
Interruption.
Yeah.
What do you think most underrated?
I'm gonna change the subject from extra deck to side deck, because we both played the same card.
Yeah, I mean, Wicked was good.
The Wicked Avatar. The Wicked Avatar.
I only used it once, so that's why it's not my underrated card.
It came up against Branded, came up against Exo-Sister, came up against RDA, came up against almost every match that I drew it came up. And they either had Evenly, Super Poly,
Yeah.
Fall into the Virtuous, Imperm, something stupid that would hinder my end board, and it all goes away by a walking anti-spell.
One card.
And even like you look at your opponent's hand after the match, they're sitting there with 5 spells and traps and 1 monster.
Yeah.
Or like any combination.
That's exactly the one time I saw Wicked and he used it. He had 4 spells in hand.
Yeah.
And he's thinking on his turn. I'm like,
And
bro,
even, like,
let's do the think.
2 Evenlies.
Because I look at your hand. I'm like, you got 4 spells, bro. Even if you summon a monster, it's gone. You're not playing the game.
I mean, it's really good. I think it's underrated because it requires to be
3.
normal summon.
Yeah, well,
And
it
it
requires
requires
not
3
only 3
tributes,
tributes. That's the biggest thing. That's why nobody actually really plays it
Yeah.
in any deck. And, like, it's even a risk for RB to run it, because sometimes I need that normal to get into Camellia to actually make my combo. But if I have it in hand, and the only way to continue to make my board is to use my normal, that card's now useless. So
My deck, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Tribute 3 monsters on my board. Cool. I'm doing that anyways with the Nerva fusion.
Yeah.
Like
feeds into your strategy.
Yeah, exactly. And then cutting them out of 2/3 of their deck is crazy to me.
What would you think? So now, most overrated card. One card that everybody thinks is amazing, but
Talents.
You think Talent's overrated?
yeah. Or again, I didn't run the card, but I think that Thrust.
Yeah, it
If
doesn't
I-
matter if you run it.
if it's not a card I run, I think Thrust might be the most overrated card in Yu-Gi-Oh! I think that I've had it more times in my hand and not do what I needed it to do than having it in my hand and doing what it needed
I
to do.
disagree hardly on that.
I
Actually.
100%. I understand.
Because in my deck, let's say the most overrated card is Fool Loss.
I agree.
It can brick me,
yeah.
right? Going first, it bricks me sometimes. It actually happened a lot more than I thought it would.
See, for me, it didn't.
Um,
Didn't break me.
and I mean, like even like drawing it for turn.
Drawing
after
for turn
interest,
kind of sucks.
right?
yeah.
Like even Kolton can stack.
But drawing
that.
2 thrusts also
Right.
hurts the soul.
But Phydraulis Harmonia, I think, is the most overrated
Yes.
card.
Actually, I'm
I
gonna
changed
change
his
it.
opinion. Yeah.
No, I think that Harmonia is like everyone's looking at this card like it's the end all, be end all.
Exactly.
One card does
Right.
2 things. It's so busted. It's not. It is not as good as people think it is, and I think that it's not been good since it got released. I think it's just good enough that it acts as basically like a Fallen or Virtuous.
In my main combo, there is 1 point where you can actually do it, and it leads to the second point. And if I get to the second point, then you aren't winning the game. You are not winning the game, and it is just for me to draw 1 extra card.
Yeah, I'll
So-
change my answer, and I agree with Harmonia.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? Like,
I just forgot that card even existed because I never had it go
It's
against me.
bad. It's bad right now. I think it's good against Kolton. It's good against like branded some situations. It's only good in synchro pure strategies. I think it gets better with chess as a
Ooh.
archetype.
It could be crazy
But-
with chess.
There is not a single point in my deck where you can actually use the card.
I've had it used against me in other games, but it did nothing, right? I'd always get... They never... Right? It's a card that's used halfway through the game. It's not a card that's used
Turn
instantly, right?
Yeah.
Like, in turn 1, yeah. And every time it got used on me, it was to try to destroy my cannon.
Yeah.
Which is the only target you could destroy, because... Well, I mean, they could have destroyed my link, but stage landing. Doesn't matter. Or try to destroy my cannon. Okay. Banish stage landing, and then it destroys itself still, and then I
Well,
still
like,
get to look at your
deck
hand.
doesn't even care about it.
Yeah. So I think that I'd have to agree. I think
Harmonia.
Harmonia might be the most overrated card. Second place for me is Thrust. I know people will disagree with that, but I think,
I've heard that take before. It's not.
It's not bad.
People
That's
think
why
that
I
too.
only played 2.
and I never even ran Thrust.
Yeah.
I cut that from my side deck completely.
I actually I play it a decent amount because all my fusion spells are regular spells.
Right.
But next question, I guess, just 1-word answer: worst matchup for clowns.
Any link strategy.
So link decks.
RB.
Somewhat, yeah. Malice, Striker, RB. sometimes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say that.
Colton, worst
Doomsy.
matchup. Doomsy's the worst for RB?
Built-in droll that is easy to get to. Yeah.
And Fairy Tale.
And Fairy Tale, but I never went against them, so I would definitely say Doomsy. Doomsy, it doesn't take a lot to get that droll. And it's not even a droll. It's I'll activate my trap card during your draw phase.
Yeah.
So you can't even talent.
So I can't even do
They
it.
used that on me today too when I was playing. Keegan, what's one deck that you would never play?
One deck I'd never play. Kolton. I'd never touch Kolton. It's not in my budget. It's disgusting. It's so cancerous. I understand playing Wicked Avatar is cancerous, but that's because it's not $900 worth of cancer.
It's 10 cents.
It's gonna get hit
10
anyways.
cents.
You can enjoy it for 6 months,
Yeah,
and then it's
exactly.
just gonna get slaughtered on the ban
Yep.
list. Like,
I think
That's another reason why I stayed with RB is that now it's survived through 3 or 4 ban lists.
Yeah,
and
it'll be
nothing-
fine.
I don't think it's ever getting touched. So that's a big reason why I think I stuck with RB was because I knew I looked at this deck and I was like, even the hand traps I'm running in this aren't going to get hit,
Yeah.
and the deck itself is not going to
Droll
get
might.
hit. Droll might get hit, but then
To one.
fantastic, good.
yeah, we're winning.
Yeah. So realistically, I think I would have to say that's the main reason I even played RB and kept playing it throughout the year is because 1, no one was playing it. 2, it was never going to get hit ever, and I don't think it ever will.
I don't think it will.
Yeah.
What would you say? Like, so for you, what's one deck that you'd never play?
Granted,
You'd never play it? I don't think I would either.
what a
but
boring deck. Oh my god, how
it's so
boring is that?
overrepresented too, and it's just like cool.
Oh,
you're
I'm just
playing-
gonna be like everyone else
Yeah.
and play the exact same combo in the exact same way. Holy, that is so boring.
Yeah, I don't like
I also
tough meta
hate.
strategies.
There's nothing more I hate in Yu-Gi-Oh. God, I hated this mirror matches. Holy moly, I want to quit Yu-Gi-Oh when I get a mirror match. It is the most annoying thing in the whole world, and I did not want to go against the same deck as mine, and I knew nobody else was going to play RB, so I stuck with it.
Honestly, guys, that's the last question I have. I guess I'll end the video with this. I'll give you guys the opportunity. Any final takeaways at all about maybe the regionals or just anything? Just closing comments, I guess, for both of you, if you have any.
Don't need a $900 deck to top a regional.
Yeah.
You don't.
If you thought you did, you don't, because there's proof that an $80 deck and a $100 deck did it. Like literally, our
You
decks,
fixed the
our
game.
decks combined were cheaper than the next most
Yeah.
expensive deck. What else more do you need to know than you can go buy? Not even buy. You could be like, hey, do you still have those RB cards? Yeah, they're dog. I'll take them. They won't charge you for them, and now you have a good deck.
Yeah.
You don't know how to play it yet, but practice it, and maybe you actually will do good. Because I was always told online by every Yugi tuber, by everybody online, RB is really bad. It's dog shit. It will never top. It will never do good. And then I did it. So you just got to play it, and I guess prove to others that it's not as bad as they think it is.
The more you play a deck and you get familiar with a deck, like there's a lot of modern Yu-Gi-Oh decks that could make good end boards. Once you kind of master those strategies, like you could top with a lot of decks. So like, I guess for you, now final takeaways, any closing comments before I cut this video?
Have fun. At the end of the day, the tournament was difficult, but it was to a level that I enjoy. I just wanted the clown mat. The last regional I topped was the playmat was the Sky Striker mat, and that's the deck that got me into the game. Clowns is just a deck that I thoroughly enjoy, and it's the mat. I saw the mat and I was like, yeah,
Gotta
I
have it.
don't need the deck box. I just need the mat. And I think as long as you're having fun and you have enough skill memorized, like you just know everything about the deck and matchups and stuff like that, you're gonna have fun. And yeah.
Okay. So anyways, that's all I got for this. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, liked the content. If you did, please subscribe to my channel,
Yeah.
leave a comment.
Subscribe
Yeah.
to West Empire.
And I will put the link to Keegan's channel in there as
and
well.
the deck profiles.
And the
will be
deck
linked as
profiles
well.
will be linked, as well as I'll put the YGO Pro thing on there that shows the top 8s with the deck prices if anybody's interested in that. So again, that's all I got. So like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.